been almost 2 months on testosterone. February is kind of a short month, but still. So first, testosterone update. My voice is definitely deeper. It's awesome. I thanked a bus driver yesterday, and I was happy about it, which is unusual. Actually, the one thing that's like, yes, I definitely should start testosterone was when I stopped thanking bus drivers because I hated my voice so much. So I'm glad that that part is over with. It's awesome. Also, not quite testosterone related. Yesterday, my roommate mentioned that, oh, you're not wearing a binder today, and she seemed kind of surprised by this, which is entertaining because my roommate has never actually seen me in a binder. So clearly, my strategy of just wearing lots of layers and shirts with breast pockets is working pretty well. I was wearing like a stretchy t-shirt, and so that's cool. Yay! Moving right along. Question of the week. This is a question that my volunteer supervisor kind of coincidentally asked me last week, which is, who do you tell you're male? Or who do you tell your pronouns to, etc. And so this is an interesting question. It's so this is sort of like, who do you tell you're trans? And there's a big difference between coming out as gay or bisexual or lesbian or asexual and coming out as trans. So I have lots of friends who happen to be gay, bisexual, lesbian, and asexual, and some of them come out to a lot of people. Some of them are very flamboyant and out. I have a few friends who, it was kind of the start of their career. One of my friends, he came out as gay, and then the gay marriage bill was coming up in our state, and as a high schooler, he drove down to, or got somebody else to drive him down to the place where they were making the vote, and he got interviews with a bunch of cool legislators who were responsible for the gay marriage bill, or gay legislators who this is a really big deal for him, and that kind of launched his whole career, and it's a really big part of who he is. And I have friends who try to be very open, like, yes, I'm bisexual, I'm gay, I'm asexual. And then I have other friends who don't really see the point of having to come out as gay or bisexual, family members who don't really see the point. Like, the entire idea that you have to come out and say, hey, I'm attracted to people of the same gender, is a very heteronormative concept. So what is heteronormative? Heteronormative means a society that assumes that everybody is straight. So I have a bunch of friends who say, why do I have to say that I'm gay or I'm bisexual, and my straight friends don't have to say that they're straight? Why can't I just date people of the same gender if I am attracted to them? And then people can draw their own conclusions. And I totally agree with both sides. Makes sense. The reasons for coming out as gay, lesbian, bisexual, asexual kind of come down to two main reasons. One is it makes it easier for people who you are attracted to ask you out. If everybody knows that you're gay, and you're like wearing an I am gay sign or something like it, then the cute boy, girl at the end of the bar will feel a lot less awkward asking you out if they're the same gender as you. That's cool. Like, that makes total sense. Other people find it really important because they didn't feel super comfortable coming out, or they don't feel like they have a lot of role models, and they want to be a role model for the next generation, or even the same generation of people who haven't come out yet. And that also makes total sense. Like, Ellen DeGeneres, awesome. Like, she made such a difference for so many people. And even in my own school, once one kid was willing to come out as gay, a whole bunch of other people felt like they didn't have to hide it. And that's awesome. But there's also something to be said for, if it's not that important to you to come out, just date who you want to date, and people will figure it out eventually. There's no reason that everybody needs to know that you're gay, lesbian, bisexual, asexual. Or if you're asexual, you just don't date people, and maybe people will figure it out. Makes sense. But even the people I know who are super, super open, who like tell all their coworkers, who built their career on the like strength that they found from being able to say, yes, I'm gay and I'm going to change the world to make it better for people like me, even those people would never, like, when they're trying to help out somebody who's being, like, hit or threatened on the side of the street or, like, at a bus stop, none of them would say, oh yeah, I'm gay, or I'm bisexual, or I'm asexual, in the middle of a conversation that doesn't really have anything to do with it. I definitely say, yeah, I'm male when I'm in those situations. Like, a week, 2 weeks ago, I was at the bus stop, and this guy was threatening this other guy at the bus stop, and I was just trying to be like a calm buffer between them. And I still said, yes, I'm male, and corrected the guy who was saying ma'am. Like, there's no reason that in that situation I would have said, yeah, I'm attracted to women. That wouldn't have come up. But I definitely corrected the guy who was saying ma'am. And that comes up to the big difference between coming out as gay, lesbian, bisexual, asexual, and coming out as trans. Coming out as trans, it's kind of the point to come out. Like, if I didn't come out as trans, everybody would still think that I was a girl, and I would hate that, and it would be horrible and terrible, and life would suck. Whereas, like, if I don't come out as asexual, then I continue to not date people. Nothing changes about my life. So that's the big difference. So yes, I tell lots of people that I'm male. I tell everybody I can. I tell my coworkers. I tell like random strangers who happen to call me ma'am. Occasionally I mention it to waiters. The only time that I don't mention it is like sometimes at a restaurant or a waiter, somebody who's really nice, who just messes up in passing, and I'm never gonna see again. I don't always feel like it's worth it to correct them. But I do correct a lot of people a lot of the time, even when it seems silly, because being recognized as male is the whole point. That's all I want. That's really all I want in life. Seriously. I'm totally willing to get in a fight over this. It's just that nobody has asked me to get in a fight over this yet. I did try, like, in high school, I tried the same thing that one of my very, very good friends who's gay tried, where I just tried to be, like, incredibly true to who I was and flamboyant, and I hope people would get the message. I tried to be as manly as possible without annoying my parents. My parents aren't transphobic, they just don't really approve of, like, me joining the military, or joining the wrestling team, because they think it's a safety hazard and don't really agree with their military. I don't really see anything wrong with their opinion. But, like, I tried to be as manly as possible. I tried to open all the doors, tried to do all the manly things and carry all the boxes, and all that I got was occasionally somebody said gentlewoman, and that's not enough. I want somebody to say sir or call me a guy every once in a while. Now, the next part of this question is, who do I tell that I'm trans? And right now, I tell everybody that I'm trans because I still don't pass that well, and if I want to tell somebody that I'm a guy, they kind of figure out, connect the dots, usually, that I'm trans. Not all the time. I've had some people who just assume that they completely misread me, and that's great. Really awesome. Some professors in Germany who just definitely think that I was assigned male at birth, and that's cool. But once I do pass, I don't know that I will come out. I definitely won't come out as trans to as many people. I don't know how many people I'll come out as trans to, but that's so far in the future that I don't really have any idea what the answer to that question is. Right now, coming out as male and coming out as trans are the same thing. So yeah, that's that answer. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. I like answering questions. I like comments. But yeah, see you next week.